everything in the main base.
Oh my goodness, are you guys still arguing with that game? Jesus, it's over! Gosh!
Oh man, he's
Jesus
going fourth
Christ.
again.
Welcome back, everybody, for the IEM qualifiers. Joined now on the cast here by Harsham and Cats. So protest bias, Zerg bias to even it out, and I'm a just terrible Terran player on the side. So we'll see how this game goes. Spawning in the top rightish corner of Catalina, it's gonna be Zest. And in the bottom right, playing for Samsung Galaxy, hoping to stay alive, it's gonna be Solar. Yo, what is that clan deck actually? Because I've seen a lot of the Korean players with that. Do you have any idea?
Yeah, it's a clan.
Right, but I mean, is it just like a goofy one, a serious one? Like,
No, it's a the player alive. You know the player alive.
Yeah,
the Terran player.
Yeah, is that where we're going with this? Yeah.
They're all.
Yeah, he died in an accident, and after that, they made a clan called Alive.
Wow, dude, his ghost was playing pretty good this last weekend.
Like, he went the far, Cats.
This is like, yeah. Okay. Anyways, Zest gets a nice skin on the pool timing, so if he was hoping to do some shenanigans, not gonna happen. So just probably gonna end up doing Nexus first at home. Oh, Catalina's a funky map. I know everyone hates playing this map versus Terran. What are you guys' thoughts for each of your OP races? Cats, go.
I mean, I like it. I think it's a pretty decent map. It's good for Muta for sure. I'm not sure that Solar favors that, but I think it's a pretty good map. Pretty even.
Harston?
Yeah, I agree. It's an even map.
I have seen some of the most disgusting Protoss moves on this map with Blink and Force Fields.
Oh yeah, in this position.
Yeah, that's
This position.
Yeah, you
is
can use
great
Colossus as well.
Actually, I'm really glad you recommended me Showtime. Like, you've been telling me I need to invite Showtime over and over, so I finally invited Showtime to the 32 Boys One Cup, right? He did that. He was the guy. Baits out all the Hydras from the natural to the low ground, blinks up to the main, and force fields that ramp. Oh, it was so disgusting.
Showtime is really good, man.
He is. I was greatly impressed by him.
Yeah, I told you many times before.
Yeah, that's why I invited him.
Listen, yeah, I'm happy you did.
But we'll see if Solar can do anything quite so crazy. Zest, yeah, I don't know. I can't see him falling to something, or rather Solar, I can't see falling to something quite so cheesy out of Zest. But at the same time, for Zest, Cats likes this map, and I mean, for just a lot of good reasons. A lot of ways to get around force fields through the ramps. There's really wide engagement areas, so it's going to take a lot of force fields to deal with much Zerg here. So, I mean, this really could go well for either player. A lot of it's going to really hinge, though, on who takes the fight where.
Yeah, the cool thing about Solar's style is he can play anything as well. And I've seen him in practice games go a lot of Hydra on this map, so we'll see if that's what he chooses to do. Hydras can be really good because zoning out the Protoss from the third base is kind of easy here.
Yeah.
So if he goes for a 3-base Hydra timing, that could be really powerful.
Could be. I agree. I think Hydras on this map are very good. And as well, if your opponent opens Forge, I think Hydras can be very strong. He's going in for another scout with the probe now that he hit before. He's doing some damage to a Zergling with another probe. Zest, that is. So, what do you think, Cats? What do you think? You think Stargate?
I'm thinking,
feeling the Stargate?
yeah, sure.
I actually, you know, Stargate Opener wouldn't be... I mean, like, it wouldn't be bad, because as Kat said, it's a great map for Mutas, so just having that available to make the Phoenixes wouldn't be bad. But, I mean, it's not like Phoenixes played poorly last game either, right? So you might just be able to use them in general.
Yeah, last game, man. If you're gonna bring up last game, you better be ready for me and Kevin to go on.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's right. Yeah.
Last game at last.
Yeah, the argument's so strong.
Now that you mentioned last game, I really think that Solar had the right idea there. And if he had not engaged with the lanes, he would have held with the swarm hosts. And I don't think that was ever going to be turtle swarm hosts. I think he was still going into potentially ultra or muta. But he was just making a few for defense and potentially to be aggressive with lanes.
8 or 9 swarm hosts, something like this.
Yeah. It's about that magic number. I think it's key though that we do acknowledge that though, because this shows that he's willing to do that. Not a lot of Zerg players are. It's so weird because, you know, you see people like Snoot joke around how easy swarm hosts make games, but realistically they're not that easy to use, not properly at least.
What are you talking about?
Aggressively they're a lot tougher to use as well.
Harster, say what you want, man. I know you've definitely played against some bad swarm hosts before and laughed your way to victory.
You never laugh your way to victory against swarm hosts. No matter what's happening, you still cry in the end.
I won, but at what cost?
Lost a part of your soul and a lot of time.
Well, the Warp Prism choice that like Zest, it wasn't like devastating damage.
He's talking about Turtle Swarm hosts again.
Yeah. I like this Warp Prism though. I mean, this really didn't do a whole lot last game, but it bought Zest time. I mean, to get that Nexus up. Now, I don't think it's gonna be the same situation where he's rushing out that third, but he does have a lot of minerals banks, so.
I wish he would have gone for the force field on the ramp again. Imagine Solar losing to force field on the ramp twice.
Dude, you know Arthur, right?
Ah, man, I know Arthur.
Dude, Arthur does the dirtiest force field stuff in the game, and yeah, it's definitely cool to see happen once in a while. But at the same time, it is kind of all in.
It's not Arthur, man.
Everyone's got a little.
Oh, the surround!
Oh, wow.
Nice.
And he'll be able to pick up. Yep, he can save it. There we go. Really nice.
What a play. That actually was a really nice play.
Hydralist then. Called it.
Yep, finishing up here. Just as,
Is it 4? Oh, it's 5 gas Hydra. So that's very good for Solar. Playing against Blink with Hydra. I like that.
Oh man, the control on this Warp Prism is really sick though. He's keeping all these zealots alive. Pick up and load, lets him get some shields back.
But at what cost?
showing off for the camera.
Yeah.
I like it.
You're up 1, why not? Show some flash. I am the best Protoss in the world. Don't forget. Solar though, he gets a really nice scout with the Overlord. He does die, but I mean, it catches some of these gateways. Sadly, he doesn't want to have one out here though, like to the left of the base, so he's not going to actually see the extra like 4 that just got slapped down behind this. So, you know, you see 4 gates, you're kind of like, okay, maybe it's a little bit scary, but he needs to understand this is more than just simply 4 gates. Hydras are okay at dealing with most gateway units, but
to go up against.
Yeah.
He's now scouting the third, and upon seeing the lack of third, then he has to kind of use his Hydra timing attack to defend, and that's an ideal situation for him.
I'm wondering though.
Jump into main? Here we go, boys.
Yep, with the force fields, maybe. I mean, there's some lings. There's just a little bit scary, but he's gotta be very careful about this.
Oh wow. Ah!
No. Okay, that's not like the forward reinforcement point. That's 3 sentries gone. This like takes away all the power from Zest's push.
That's the end of the game.
Yeah, that's the game.
You really think it's already the end of the game off that? I guess he's got nothing else.
I mean, this was an all-in, and there's, like you said, no reinforcing point. Plus, Solar already has the edge, and
4 sentries.
Although, catch just some of the Hydras. Solar's not fighting; he's just running. He's given away for free, so maybe not quite the end of the game. I mean, he's down in supply in a huge way. This is a good way to get back.
Wow. That was a very odd call. I mean, you have to fight with those Hydras. Yes, they're not gonna trade efficiently ever, but they're gonna die anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you don't, especially if you don't have muscular augments. If you got muscular augments, you're inches away from the creep. Maybe you try and run for it, but his speed still wasn't done.
Yeah, there was a lot of Hydras to die, but still, I feel like the moment the +1 finishes, he's still gonna be in a great position. There's no sentry, no guardian shield, and he can get a sick concave.
Oh, start a pylon, please. He's getting the Warp Prism back out though, so I mean the trick with the Warp Prism and the sentries could still come into play. If Solar's baited all out here ready to fight, all Zest has to do is warp in a couple of sentries to the main, force with that ramp off, blink up, and that's a good way to get back into this, because you can annihilate everything there in the main.
That would be so funny.
It'd be sick if it happens.
Solar's taking a very defensive approach. He's making more Hydras. If he wanted to go on the offensive, on the counter-offensive, kind of, he would have to start making more links so that you can actually catch up and kill the Blink Stalkers eventually. But he identifies that Zest is completely all in with this, so he's just comfortable continuing to make Hydras. And now even adding a Roach Worm, which is going to give his army a little bit more robustness.
Yeah. I mean, Roaches are kind of like, at this point, just an extension of the Hydralisk's health for as far as their usefulness. And they do some pretty good damage, but it's really the Hydras that are going to be killing this army. So Warp Prism is here. No sentries warped in yet, so we might not see the shenanigans, but at least he's able to warp in. Really sucks having how many was that? 8 gateways, 7 gates? Yeah, 8 gates and no no reinforcements.
The Hassle's not gonna save him here, man.
This is I like what Solar's been doing though. Like constantly, I've been looking back over here at the natural ramp. Like I think he's very aware that the blink to the main is a possible threat, and more importantly, perhaps force fields on the ramp. So he's never fully left his army. Like he's never been super exposed in the main. I like this.
Yeah, definitely. What I don't like is he keeps chasing off of creep. He should just be tucked in as far into creep as he can if he's not planning to go on the counteroffensive anytime soon.
Just gonna get some drone kills here quite nicely. Stalkers can maneuver around pretty quick, but he's got to be careful of that Warp Prism.
Yeah, Solar's maxed now, so he should be pushing out almost no matter what.
Yeah, he should set up a flank and just up two sides and kill him.
Yeah.
I mean,
otherwise, if Zest manages to get max supply with Blink Stalkers,
right, but
yeah, it can get tricky again.
I think one of the things is, I don't know if Solar's identified there's no sentries, and I think that's what's caused a lot of the hesitation. Just the fear of getting force fielded out and taking a bad, you know, you set up that flank and all of a sudden half your army can't fight. But kind of the same thing's happening either way here. Takes out the Warp Prism, or sorry, the Mothership Core, but these Stalkers are just pouncing on those Hydras exposed on that flank.
But this is still very good for Solar. He has a big bank. He can like rebuild those 3 or 4 Hydras that he lost, and he basically broke Zest's position. So
yeah.
This was a great move by Solar.
Yeah, there's the Infestation Pit a little bit later than I would have liked, but still there. He's still looking to transition out into something else, and that's good.
Like control from Zest looking pretty good in this situation, but he's fighting a numbers game. He's beaten back quite a bit of Solar's army at this point, but I mean, again, even if they trade well, Solar's got better income. He's got a 3rd base up. He's going to be able to remake units way better than Zest will. Zest takes like a really good fight, but it's not going to be enough to win this game.
No, absolutely not. And the only odd thing is that Solar reinforced with Hydras here. I think that reinforcing with Lynx would have just crushed that army.
Yeah.
Because they would have actually made it into the fight. But he's playing it once again very, very safe. He knows that there's no 3rd for Zest.
Yeah, agree.
Not taking any chances.
+2 about to finish as well. Zest can't fight on creep, and he can't fight off creep either. So.
Oh, he might be going for that move finally.
Happening?
I think it's going to happen, yeah. Solar's finally stopped defending at this main because he's lost focus on the fact that this is a possible threat. So he's going to load these sentries. Oh no, why so slow? Why is he so slow? He can still do it. Nope, too late now. Don't do it. Oh, this puts the cards on the table though. And now Solar knows.
Oh, he's gonna do it, man.
Still gonna do it. Gets it off. Force with that ramp. Needs one. Good force field. Drones pulled into this. But the Warp Prism will keep the sentries alive. And nothing will get up this ramp.
Very nice try to focus fire the sentry there by Solar. And very nice reloading the sentry by Zest.
You know though.
So Solar's gonna lose his main.
But
fine.
He didn't
just
put
go counterattack.
He didn't put all his tech here in the main. Normally that's what kills the Zerg player outright. He can still make Hydras behind this. He can still make Roaches behind it. He's gonna lose the lair, and that sucks. There's no arguing that, but this doesn't put him out of the game like it normally does. His tech has been spread out between these bases pretty decently.
And that wasn't
Yeah, what I would have really liked from Solar, though, is to make Swarm Hosts on the other bases once he identified that this was happening and that he could no longer defend his main. Because that's going to be the best defensive unit that you can make in this position.
Well, opting to try and base trade this out a little bit. Base trade, I'm base trade. He's going to take out all the tech. Yeah.
Pulling the drones. Good call.
He's pulling the Overlords too, just hoping to take a couple of shots. Actually, not a bad idea.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it if he pulled the drones from the 3rd as well at this point.
Yeah, well, he took a 4th too.
It doesn't
so,
matter if he loses everything.
Yeah. No probe should get out of this base, so he's actually going to turn around and go home with this. I guess he's realized with all the tech on, the only thing that's going to warp in are Zealots, and I guess he can deal with that. But Zest picks up a couple of probes in the Warp Prism. However, he has crushed the Stalkers on the other side of the map. And of course,
without losing the drones at his 3rd, that should be game 100% now.
Yeah.
What a guy this Zest is, isn't he? He almost made it work, man.
Yeah, it's Zest. I mean, this is a situation where you guys called it over a good like 10 minutes ago, and I mean, not incorrect, but still Zest almost made this come back. It was gonna be actually really cool if he did. As much as I love Solar, I always am a big fan of comebacks.
Not sure if it would have been really cool, man.
Okay, maybe not for you, the Zerg player, but moving up the ramp. I mean, really, there's just not a whole hell of a lot left. The Stalkers are gonna do pretty well, I guess, but again, Solar's got reinforcements. He's still mining. He can still make more. The supply count is just overwhelming in the favor of Solar at this point.
Yeah, any trade is a good trade for Solar because he's mining and Zest is not. So.
Yeah. Well done by Solar. Nice defense. He got a bit lucky, I guess, with the Prism snipe. The first Prism
he got a bit lucky with the build orders as well. I mean, he was going for the Hydra timing that I was talking